Hey everyone, welcome back to Self Care Sunday. So glad you're here on this Easter Sunday. Let's just take a moment to pause and listen to the bell, taking a few slow breaths. Take a few moments to feel your breath. So, last week we explored noticing and naming our emotions and the sensations that go along with them and how hard that can be. As I said in last week's video, most of us were never taught really how to feel our feelings, name our feelings, notice and them in a healthy way and express them in a healthy way. We were usually taught to push them away or ignore them or even feel embarrassed by them. So today we're just going to take that whole idea and practice one step further. And we've practiced some of this before in previous self-care Sundays if you've been with me for a while. But today, what we're practicing is called interoception. So, interoception is just a big word for noticing what is happening inside your body. What are the sensations you're having inside your body? So, examples are things like being able to feel tightness in your chest or in your shoulders, or a clenching of your jaw. It's the ability to feel things like warmth in your face or your hands, or butterflies in your stomach, or hunger in your belly area, or a sense of tension or ease. And here's why this matters so much. When we can notice sensations in our body, number one, we'll catch emotions earlier before they take over and spiral, or we feel completely flooded by them. Number two, this helps us to learn that feelings are movable and adaptable and changing, and they come and go. They are not permanent, which is one of the hardest things to get our brains and bodies to really realize and believe. Three, they give us a sense of trust and safety inside our own bodies and minds. Like we know what we're feeling, we can know what that is and can trust how to deal with it, trust ourselves to deal with it. And in that, they help us to regulate more easily. And the last thing is that because of that, it helps us to become more resilient. So instead of getting stuck in stress or anxiety or overwhelm or anger, we begin to learn how to notice that and trust ourselves in knowing how to move through it. And this is where something really important comes in. Our body is designed to naturally move between discomfort and comfort. So watch my hands. Tension and relaxation, right? This is called pendulation. It's like a pendulum swinging back and forth. This is the sign, the ability to do this with ease, with flow. It's the sign of a healthy nervous system. So the problem is that when we've experienced chronic stress, we haven't been able to deal with our stress or move it through in a healthy way, or we've experienced trauma, we can get stuck on one side of that swing. It's almost like a record skipping. Every time we have a certain experience or meet a certain person, we will have the same reaction. Sometimes, not always, but a lot of, if you're stuck in something, you're going to have the same reaction, the same sensations, thoughts, feelings that you kind of get flooded with and feel like you have no control over. It's like that skip. But interoception helps us to be able to pendulate and get back into flow, feeling discomfort and knowing we can move to comfort. Back to discomfort, comfort, right? So this is an interoception exercise called The Birthday. It's by Maggie Klein, and it's a visualization that helps you, number one, notice different sensations in your body, move between these sensations and emotions from one to the other, and experience that natural rhythm or pendulation. There's absolutely no right or wrong way to do this. The biggest thing is to just stay curious and keep asking yourself, like, what's happening now? And be really interested in it, right? You might notice pleasant sensations in this. You might notice unpleasant or uncomfortable sensations, or you may notice not much at all, and that's okay too. If at any point there's anything that feels like it's just too much, just know you're in control. You can pause, you can look around your space, feel your feet on the ground. Do something that helps you feel more safe or comfortable, remembering again that you always have a choice and you're in control of your experience. So we're going to get started. This will take about 12, 13, maybe even up to 15 minutes. So get yourself into a comfortable position. You are definitely welcome to lay down if you'd like to do that. And once you get settled or start to get settled, you're welcome to close your eyes or just soften your gaze if you'd rather keep your eyes open. Just try to relax your eyes a little bit. You can also take a breath, just invite your breath to slow down a little bit. And one thing I like to do to kind of reset my breath and bring me into more of a state of settledness with my breath is to do 2 short inhales through the mouth and 1 long, long, long exhale through the mouth. And then just let my breath reset naturally. So it looks and sounds like this, and you're welcome to do it with me or try it after I show you. So it goes like this. So you breathe all the way out, and then, excuse me, when you're ready, you take in a nice slow breath. So it's 2 short inhales, and then a long exhale, blowing the air all the way out till you feel your stomach muscles, your belly muscles tighten a little bit. And then when you feel that natural impulse to inhale, you just breathe in normally, let the inhale come in. Know that you're kind of moving more oxygen into your system, into your brain and your muscles, and then notice how that makes you feel. Usually I feel a sense of settling and calm after, like a kind of a warm, it's not a flooding in a bad way, but kind of a warm sensation through my body as I release that breath and let myself come back into a normal breath. So see what happens for you. Okay, let's get started. So I'm reading this visualization from Maggie Klein's book, Brain Changing Strategies to Trauma-Proof Our Schools. She's a somatic experiencing practitioner. So just take a few moments to get yourself settled in, and then I'll begin. So we're going to use our imaginations, and I'll probably be closing my eyes from time to time in this. Imagine that today is your birthday. Even though it's a special day, you feel lonely. So notice how that feels. You feel lonely. Start to notice anytime I bring up an emotion, to see if you notice where or how you feel that in your body. Is there a sensation that you recognize that goes with that? You don't want to be alone, so you decide to go to a movie. You start to get ready. So imagine yourself getting ready. And you're dressed and you're ready to go, and it's getting a little dark outside because it's an evening time. You're going to an evening movie. As you, excuse me, as you reach for your wallet, you have a sense of dread as you notice that it is missing. What do you feel? Take some time to notice the feelings, sensations, thoughts. Notice what's coming up in your body and mind, that feeling of not knowing where your wallet is. Is it dread? Is it anxiety? Is it fear? Is it frustration or anger? And what does that feel like? Where do you feel it in your body? Common places to experience sensations are kind of in your upper belly area, the solar plexus, your chest, throat, but notice where you feel it. Do you feel any tightening anywhere? Or a sinking sensation? Or nauseousness or queasiness? Tension in your jaw? Do you notice any temperature changes in your hands or your face or somewhere else? Is there any place you feel unsteady or wobbly? So you may be feeling a lot of things in a lot of different places. You may be feeling one thing very strongly, kind of in one area. You might not be feeling much at all. So I invite you to just take some time feeling that dread or anxiety or fear or nervousness or frustration that you can't find your wallet, and just sit with one area of your body for a few moments, noticing whatever it is you're noticing there. So I notice my jaw feels tight when I think about it. And I actually get more frustrated, like, where did I put it? What did I do with it? Kind of being a little hard on myself about losing it or not knowing where it is or forgetting it somewhere. My mind is kind of racing about where it could be, what I might have done to lose it. Notice what you notice. It could be completely different than my experience. The key is to trust your own body. And as you sit with whatever sensation it is, like I'm feeling frustration in my jaw area, you sit with it and see if the intensity of it increases or decreases. Not making it right or wrong, just notice, does it increase or decrease? And if it increases, you ask yourself, is this tolerable? Can I stay with this, or do I need to kind of shake it off, look around the room, take a deep breath, wiggle my body, do something else to kind of release that intensity? But if it's tolerable, I'm going to invite you to just stay with it for a few more breaths, knowing we're going to move to something else in just a moment. Then all of a sudden the thought comes to you, oh, I probably left my wallet in the other room. So imagine you go and look there. You feel your legs. So really imagine and feel your legs as they move. Notice whether your feet and legs walk slowly or if they sense a pressure and go really quickly. What are the sensations as you go from room to room or area to area, checking the places that you might have left your wallet? Are you going upstairs? Are you running upstairs or walking slowly? Do you feel your hands or arms opening drawers or looking under things or in bags or coats? See if you can feel those sensations as you look. Despite your search, you still can't find your wallet, and you begin to get even more frantic. Or maybe you weren't frantic before, but now you're starting to feel that. So again, focus your attention inward and take time to notice your bodily sensations, your emotions, any images that arise, and your thoughts. Are your sensations becoming more intense, or are you feeling numb? Can you feel franticness? Where do you feel it? How does it feel? Or do you kind of dissociate and numb out the feelings? Either one is totally fine. You're just noticing. Get really curious with kindness, with interest. So let yourself slow down a bit from that. Maybe take a breath. Maybe that 2 short inhales and 1 long exhale breath would be helpful right now. Feel free to do that. And as you do that, your thoughts become a little clearer. You begin to hunt for your wallet more methodically. Is it in a drawer? You think, maybe when I came in, I left it over there on the table, but then I went to the bathroom. You think some more. What did I do? Where was I? Could I have left it in the bathroom? Notice sensations as you kind of try to think through in a more methodical way. Then the phone rings, interrupting you. You pick it up and it's your friend, and she tells you that you left your wallet at her house, which is just down the street. You take a big sigh of relief. Take as much time as you need to feel that and notice how you might smile as you think about your previous frantic state of mind, or notice anything else. And just take your time to see what that relief feels like. Like, oh, I know where it is. It's in a safe place. It's not far from me. I can get it. So notice what the sensations are in your body, not just the thoughts. So thoughts are important too. So notice those. But as you think those thoughts, notice what comes over your body or where you feel it in your body. Is there a softening? Is there any warmth? Is there any relaxation or settling? Where do you feel that? Is it in your chest? Is it in your belly? Do your shoulders relax? Do your eyes soften? Does your jaw unclench a little? Do you feel a little more sense of weight through your feet, through your seat on the ground? Do you feel joy? Do you feel more lightness? Do you feel more expansiveness? Like, oh, thank goodness. Next, your friend tells you that she's leaving shortly, but she'll wait if you come right now. So you gather your things and walk to her house as fast as you can. As you imagine that, feel the strength in your legs as you walk briskly. Just notice how it feels to feel your feet on the ground, your legs moving, maybe your heart rate increasing a little bit. You're excited, relieved, knowing she's going to leave soon, that you need to get there. And then you walk up to her door and you knock on the door, but there's no answer. So you wait. You give it the amount of time you feel is appropriate, and then you knock again, and there's still no answer. What does your mind start to do? You begin to think you must have missed her. You might feel a little irritated. After all, she did say she would wait for you, and you came as quickly as you could. If you are feeling irritated, where do you notice that sensation of irritability? Or maybe it's another emotion like disappointment, like, oh, she said she would be here, but she's not. I'm disappointed. What does that feel like? So just take your time again to notice the range of emotions and sensations, just as you did before. How do you experience irritability or disappointment or whatever emotion you're feeling? Where do you feel it? What does it feel like? How is it different than the relief you felt earlier? How do you know that it's different? How does your body tell you that it's different? If it is, and it may not be. All of a sudden, you hear your friend's voice coming from the back of the house, like she's kind of speaking loudly or yelling so you can hear it, but you can tell she's distant. She's somewhere more toward the back of the house. And she's telling you to go ahead and come in. So you open the door, and now it's gotten dark outside, and all the lights are out, and it's completely dark. So you know this house somewhat, but you have to move slowly. So imagine yourself moving slowly, using your hands to kind of find your way in the dark, making your way down a hallway, moving toward where the kitchen is, where you know the kitchen is, where you think her voice came from. You notice how your body feels as you kind of fumble a little bit. There's some pictures on the wall that you can feel. You're trying not to knock them off. Um, there's a little shelf in the hallway that you have to work your way around. You're getting to the back of the house slowly, and you call again to your friend. And then you call once more, but this time you're interrupted by a chorus of familiar voices yelling, "Surprise!" What are you feeling in your body now, in this moment, as you realize it's a surprise birthday party meant for you? Now take a few moments to notice that. Notice if there's a smile that spreads across your face, or a sense of joy, or feeling connected, feeling important or valued, remembered on this special day, and how that feels to you. How's it different than the frustration or irritation, the fear or the dread or the nervousness, or other feelings you've had throughout this visualization? What this tells us is that everyone has emotions, some, even if they're very small. So for some people, each one might have had a very small emotion. So that means our emotional spectrum might be just, really small. Some of you might have had really big sensations and feelings and emotions, and you may have a broader sense of like the spectrum of emotions. What interoception helps us to do is to see that it is possible, and we can practice going from something like frustration and irritation to feeling relief, to feeling dread or nervousness, to feeling uncertainty, to feeling surprise, to feeling joy, maybe, right? This is pendulation. The ability to do that helps us to know that our nervous system is healthy and resilient and has the ability to move fluidly between these different emotions and the sensations. Now, if one sensation or one emotion kind of got stuck, you really got hung up on it, it was hard to move away from it, or you found yourself keep coming back to it, that you kept coming back to it, there's nothing wrong. Your nervous system, something's happened in your nervous system, probably from something in the past where you've just gotten a little bit of a stuckness. And this is what interoception, somatic experiencing, the work that we do at Team Peace helps you to do is to unstick those stuck places so that you feel like you have more of a full range of emotions without feeling completely flooded by them, where they take you into spirals or places that you feel like you feel trapped or can't get out of. So, I hope that this was fun for you to do. You can just take a few moments to feel your breath, notice what's here in your body right now, and just really acknowledge yourself for going through this experience, for doing this. Know that you, even though you know the story, you can still repeat it. Um, but what we did in here is a good way to take these skills into your life. When you notice that something happens and you have an emotion or a sensation when you get really angry, remember that it's just an emotion, they're just sensations, that it's okay to feel, that your body and nervous system actually have the capacity to deal with those strong emotions and process them. That's exactly what we're made to do, what our brains and bodies are made to do. They are so brilliant in that way, and that we can just explore and remind ourselves like emotions aren't permanent. They're changing, they're moving, they're flowing. We can sit with them and kind of move through them in that process. And sometimes we need to interrupt them. Sometimes, if something's really intense, we need to interrupt it instead of just waiting for it to change. If we don't feel like we have the capacity to do that, if that feels too overwhelming, then we actually choose something else. Maybe we put a song on that helps us to shift our emotion. Maybe we talk to somebody. Maybe we take a few deep breaths. Maybe we wiggle or shake our body. There are lots of ways you can interrupt those cycles or those times that emotions feel really, really intense. So just remember to ask yourself every time you have an emotion, or not every time, but once in a while, where am I feeling this in my body? What is my body? How is my body experiencing this? And then just let it be something that you play with, something you get curious about, knowing that you're strengthening your nervous system and your resilience every time you do that. So I know this was a little longer today, but I thank you for joining. I hope you had fun with this, and I will see you next time on Self Care Sunday. Take care. Bye.